The Kozik Labbit drop is on deck. Let's take a look and break down some strategy. What's up, gang? It is I, Carlton Flowers, your crypto pro.
Yay!
And I am back again for the first drop day preview for quite some time. It's been about a month or two since the last time that I did a report, but I am going to get involved in this drop, and we're going to get into why once we check out what we have with Frank Kozik.
Woo!
The Labbit Series 1. So let's just jump right in and check out what we got and discuss what the possibilities are. So here it is, Frank Kozik Labbit Series 1, and it's going to drop Thursday morning. That is tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. Pacific time. That will be 10 a.m. here in Central, in the middle of the United States, in the state of Missouri, where I am. Now, I am going to do what I can to grab a few of these, a handful, but in my strategy, I'm going to start from the ultra rare and work my way backwards. But let's just look and see what these are all about. When I first heard that the Labbits were coming, I wasn't thinking that I'd be too interested, but I thought, well, maybe I'll pick up a few. I was thinking it was going to be similar to the Cryptkins, but I think this one is actually going to be a bigger feeding frenzy than what we had with the Cryptkins. I just like this artwork. I mean, it's funny, it's interesting, especially the little cut scenario here, the little chops where you get the various meat cuts on this first one. Is pretty funny if you ask me. So on the first one, we have the common. It's only going to be 25 bucks. Choice cuts, that's it. The Smorkin Labbit choice cuts. And again, that's pretty funny. I just like this. I can't wait to check this one out in 3D. I think it's going to be really cool. So only 25 bucks, but look at the additions. 3,888. There's a lot less of these than what we saw with the Cryptkins, which makes me think it's going to be higher in demand to start out with the common at only 38.88. And yeah, there's a couple of commons, but I think these are probably going to end up being valuable. And if you can bag a complete set of this, it's not going to cost you that much, starting out with the commons at 25. So I will try to grab at least one of each going backwards. I'm thinking that this is all going to sell out the first day. I don't think it's going to be like Batman because there's not enough of these, or the Batgirl series, I'm sorry, where we've only got the 38.88 on the commons. Actually, that was the cover girls. Don't correct me because I'm talking crazy. When I do this stuff and I'm on video, I can't think straight, okay? So I appreciate when you all get me straight. Well, you can actually correct me. Just correct me in the comments if I say something stupid, just like I did on that last crazy video where I was looking at your limit is reached and didn't realize they were sold out. And I knew that. But hey, I was just excited to get another video up. But thanks for all the support and the corrections on that last video. It's kind of crazy. So the next one is the Stash Labbit. Pretty cool looking. He's in black, white, and we got this big golden mustache. That's kind of nice, or tan, whatever color that is. So again, 38.88, and it is a common, and this is first edition. Scrolling on down, this one's cool, the Smorkin Labbit. I like this. It kind of reminds me of which one of the unicornos that was red? Pepperino? I like Pepperino. I've got a few, and that thing has gone up in value. I think I picked up 3 or 4 Pepperinos at the time and sold a couple. So this one bumps up to $30, and they drop the count down to 28.88. How quick is this going to go? I'm going to say within a few minutes, okay? Now, when we had that Cryptons drop, it was an hour before the uncommons were gone. It took a while, but I think we're going to have a feeding frenzy on this because there's a lot more people that are going to be standing in line waiting on this. And also based on the new reality of 1 second sellouts, it's not going to last long. All right, the next one is seriously cool. I like this. I really want this one, the Visible Labbit. It's got this outer shell, and you get to see inside and look at this guy's guts. So that's kind of funny too. I think this is funnier and more entertaining than the Cryptkins. I like this better. I've got a pile of Cryptkins. Maybe I'll look to trade If somebody piles up on these, I've got a pile of Cryptkins I'd love to trade. If I don't land this, I'll trade off a few Cryptkins for one of these. So this one is going to be rare, and there's only 1888. I think that's going to evaporate pretty quick. And I'm almost debating whether or not I even waste the time trying for the rare or ultra rare and just go for these rares, because the ultra rare is probably going to sell out in a tenth of a second. And I'll tell you why when we get there. All right, next we have the neon edition of the Visible Labbit. Equally is cool, and it's also rare. We have 1888, $35. Was that last on 35? Yeah, it was. So these are the rares coming in at 35. And then we have the backstab Smorkin Labbit. That's kind of funny. He's got the knife stuck in his back. So that's pretty entertaining too. It is the ultra rare. Look at the count, guys. 888. That's it. It's going to go so quick. That's not enough to even last a tenth of a second. What's your guess? I'm saying less than a second, this sucker's going to be gone. That's just funny. He's got the knife in his back. He's smoking on a schmeggy. He's black and white. It's kind of cool looking, and there's just not a whole lot of them. So what do? Do you start out with this ultra rare and try for it? Or do you say, no chance of me landing this ultra rare, wait till later and jump on the rares and go backwards from there? Now, of course, you got people that are going to be playing this on multiple phones. There's going to be people using emulators who are buying multiples at a time, and they might be able to grab a set. But that tells me that with the multiple device usage, that means that these rares could go out pretty quick. I'm sure that the people who are going to do the multiples are going to try for that ultra rare, but they're going to be popping off on those rares at the same time. So I think they are going to go super fast. Now, what you can also do is wait to see what shows up on the market and what the prices are, and wait for that dip. Now, even if they come out and they're 10x the price or 5x the price, if you wait long enough, people will panic and think, oh, it's going down in value. I have too many. They're going to dump. The price will dip. And then it's going to go back up because there's not enough of these to go around. That's just my thought. Also, will Clockgate work? What's going to be the deal with the clock? Now, we saw that they're doing an upgrade of the app. It's going to be down for an hour or so. I forgot what time it's going to be down, but they are going to do some upgrades. There's some thoughts of people saying that they might fix the Clockgate deal. Now, one thing I do know is you're going to have to use the universal clock so you have the exact time. You can't trust your computer anymore, because if your computer is 1 second off, that could mean the difference between you not getting the ultra rare. So I would suggest that you use a universal clock on your computer or on your smartphone and know exactly when that drop hits. And of course, we also have the tip that came from who was it that gave that tip on Clockgate 2.0? And Chris at VeVe Vault reported on it. And in this method, what you do is you change the clock on your phone so you get the buy button early, and then 10 seconds before the actual time hits, tap the buy button and hold it down. But then you let it go immediately when 10 a.m. hits, or whatever it is during your time. So that is Clockgate 2.0. I might try that method. I don't know. It could work. That might be the only way that you get that ultra rare. But if they make tweaks on the app and you set your clock back, you might get stuck where you don't get a chance at that ultra rare. So are you going to take a chance on that? I'd love to know. Type it in the comments. And if you have any suggestions on anything else besides the obvious, like get up extra early, 2 hours early, and set these things up on your device ahead of time, where you put them on your watch list, you click the little button. Let me go in here and see if I can open up the app. Do I have it opened up here? Let's see, here we go. So you're going to want to go in. Let's jump out to the market and just show people how to do this. If you've never done it before, what you're going to do is look at the up and coming new arrivals. It'll be here in new arrivals. You'll click this and you're going to come in and you're going to tick this little right there. Bam. There's your bookmark. So you're going to bookmark it. And then when you go into the next tab, you're going to scroll on down past my collectibles, my sets. It's in my wish list. So when you look in here, it's all going to be set up in your wish list. You'll click that and you'll be ready. Now, they're going to have the little veil over it until they release it. And then you'll see it, and the buy button will not be live. And then if you set your clock early, like change your time, you'll see a live buy button, but you won't be able to hit it. And if you hit that buy button before the time, you're going to waste time. You're going to have to wait to load. You're going to have to go back and then hit it after it's live, and it's going to be too late for that. But that's just the basics. So if you have any other tips that you want to share, post it in the comments, and I'll get back with you after the drop, and we'll see how everybody did. So stay tuned. We'll look at the hoverboard drop in the next video. This is Carlton. That's all I got. I'm out.